Good morning. Today we'll start about the new data structure, that is about what is array. Already we have discussed about the simple data structure of the simple data type. What are the simple data types? The simple data types are int, float, double, character, void. So these are the simple data types already we have discussed. So now we will learn a new data structure or new data type, that is called the array. So what is an array? That we will discuss. So for example, in the previous classes, so array is a popular data structure. Array is a popular data structure. Array is a popular data structure or the data type where different types of elements can be stored with a single name. Different types of element of similar type. For example, I want to add 5 values. I want to store 5 values and add it. So what was happening in earlier cases, I was declaring int of integer 5 values, for example x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. These 5 values, while declaring as integer, what was happening? It was storing 2 bytes or reserving 2 bytes of memory in individual variable names x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. 5 variables, 5 names. So, for example, a situation arises when 100 values are to be stored. You have to store 100 values. Will it be convenient that if you store 100 values and defining 100 names? It will not be suitable that if the increases like thousands values are stored and we have to declare using thousands of names. It looks like difficult, because if you want to store say 100 marks or 1000 marks and you have to declare or give the name of 100 variables or 1000 variables, it will not look good. So in that situation, there is a provision in the C that with a single name, for example x is a single name, we can use 5 values using array. Now this x is an array. This x is a variable. What type of variable it is? Now it is called an array, and it will store 5 values with a single name x. Here the variable x is this is called the array name. This is called the name of the array. And the type of the array is integer. The type of the array is integer. It is storing how many values? So this is called the subscript. And what is the size of the array? Size of the array is 5, means 5 elements will be stored. What will happen while declaring this x is an array which will store 5 values in the 5 consecutive locations of the memory? This is the array. That means with a single name array, we can store number of values with a single name, and the values of each of having similar data type. Similar means all are integer. All are integer. In this case here, individual names, but here the x is a name of the array and the size of the array is 5, and it is represented within the square bracket. This is all this declaration. This is called the array declaration. Declaring a array means the type, the syntax is the data type. Whatever simple data types are there, maybe int, float, double, character, maybe array of characters, maybe array of integers, maybe array of floating point numbers. So because it is a simple data type, this is simple data type. So name of the array is, here x is a variable, but that variable we called it an array. Array followed by square bracket, and within the square bracket how many elements will be stored? 5 elements. This is the size of the array. We can call this as index also. So end with a curly bracket and end with a semicolon. This is the declaration of array. So let us initialize this array. For example, now this is called the array declaration. This is called the array declaration. I can also, while declaring the array, I can initialize the array also, or I can store the values in this array. For example, how many elements are there? 5 elements. 5 values are there. So 5 elements are there. I can store that these 5 elements are, say for example, 10, 20, 30, 40. This Ax is an array. Ax is an array. Ax is an array having 5 elements. The 5 elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Here, what happens? The first element is the 0th element. Normally, in the array declaration, we start the initial element with a reference to x0. x0 is equal to 10. x1 is equal to 20. x2 is equal to 30. x3 is equal to 40. And x4 is equal to 40. Here, this x is the array, this is the subscript, 0th element. So normally what happens when we start like counting from 1 to 100? But in case of this array, we start from the 0th element. For example, we are having 50 students. Roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. But in the array, we start the first element and with a reference to 0th element. Like this is first element actually. But while referring or representing in the array, it is the name of the array is x and this is the 0th element. So first element is 0th element. So then second element is the first element. So x1 means the second value. x0 means first value. x1 means second value. x2 means third value. x4 means fourth value. x3 means fourth value. x4 means fifth value. So in this way we represent in the array. Is it clear or not? So this is the way in which we represent the elements of array. So what we discussed that while declaring a array, first is data type int or float or double or character. Simple data types. Say for example, I have to store array of characters. Say for example, name of the array is xyz. Name of the array is xyz. And it will store, when it is a character array, the name of the array is xyz. What it will store? It will store a single character A, B, C, xyz 3, it will store 3 characters in the array. xyz is the array, name of the array is xyz. How many characters should be there? Because it is character, the type of The array is type of the array is characters. And what are the characters? It will store either A or B or C. Here, for example, float. For example, ABC is a array, and it will store 10 values. Here, ABC is a floating point data type. It will store 10 floating point numbers. Say like only X 50. X is what? X is a array. What is the size of the array? Maximum 50 elements. And this is called the array. This is array of integers, array of floating point numbers, array of characters. This shows a single, this within this curly bracket or square bracket, one value is there. So this is called the one-dimensional array. One-dimensional array. So once value is there, whether 50 or n or whatever it may be, one value. So one-dimensional array. We have studied like matrix, either row matrix or column matrix. Matrix means either we are representing values in a row manner or in a column manner. For example, we have 60 students. So 60 students marks are to be entered. 60 students means in the internal we have secured 19. First roll number is 19, say 18, 17. In this way 60 marks. 60 marks. So how we declare in using array? So I will declare that, say for example, it is an integer. Then name of the array, I have to give the name of the array, say for int, inter. I will write, say for example, int, name of the array is inter. It will have 60 values, and these are the 60 values I can initialize also. Is it clear or not? Say int here is the name of the array. This name of the array will store how many values? 60 values. What are the values I can store within the, how many values do I store with this curly bracket? 60 values. So if I say that int here 0 is, what is the value? 19. So this is the 0th element. X inter 0 means the first element. Inter 1 means second element. Inter 2 means third element. In this way we will write. So here, if it is a single value, then it is called one-dimensional array. We will elaborate on this. So for example, now take an example that take an example. We want to, let us take an example that we want to find out the sum of 100 numbers, 20 numbers. What is the problem? To find out sum of 20 given numbers. This is the question. You write a program, in C to find out sum of 20 given numbers. Okay. How to write this program using array? Using array, how to write the program using array? So using array. What happens normally? What we do? First include stdio.h header files. class include onion.h void main. First thing is declaration of variables. After main, what we declare? The variables. Here there are 20 numbers. 20 numbers are to be entered. It has to be added, and we have to find out the sum. We have to find out the sum. In the earlier cases, what we were doing? Either you can declare 20 variables and add it, or we can declare a single variable and add the variables. But what we do here, we declare int. So then, for example, x is an array, we store 20 values or 20 numbers that we store with a single name x. Then another variable is required, because 20 variables means it has to be started from 1 to 20 or 0 to 19, so that in that case I is a variable and we have to find out the sum, of the variables. So sum you can declare as well as initialize the variable, as we have discussed that any summation of the series initialize to 0. So then what we will do, we will enter 10 values. We can 10 values or 20 values to be entered. So what we will do, using loop structure. We can use the loop either for loop or while loop or do while loop. Say for example, I can use for loop for bracket start, single bracket, I is equal to, it starts from the 0, I is less than equal to 19, I is equal to I plus 1. This is a for loop, the syntax of the for loop. For I is equal to 0 means that initialization in this case of array, as we discussed that, it starts from the 0th element. For our reference, it is 1. For array reference, it is 0th element. So I is equal to 0. I 0 to 19 means 20. For our case, it is 1 to 20. But in case of array, it starts from I is equal to 0. I is less than equal to 19. And increment I is equal to I plus 1. Then, body of the for loop. In case of the for loop, we start scanf, input value scanf percentage d ampersand x I. X is the name of the array. ith element is first is 0th element x0, then it will be x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x19. It will ask to enter the values of the variable starting from x0 to, because first I is 0, so x0. Then it will increment to value 1, x1, x2, x3, x4, x19. Then it will input the value and then sum is equal to sum plus x I. Then we calculate the sum and we have to print this. So P R I N T in there. Sum equals to percentage D. Yes. You see, here all these 20 values are entered using this scanf statement, and this is the syntax ampersand x I, because index I start from 0 to 19. If you have to say, for example, here the question comes like that. Here, this is the example. The question is that the statement printf percentage d x4. What will be the outcome? For example, this is the printf statement is that this is a question. In this case, if the question is like this, that printf percentage d 4. What is the output? If we have entered 20 values, like we have entering this scanf statements, we have entered 20 values like this: second, 5, 20, 30, 40, 9, 18, 7, 5, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 0. So this is 20 values you have to enter. 20 values you have to enter while scanf statement is being executed. Scanf percentage xi. So 0, this is x0, x0. This is x1. This is x2, x3, x4. This is so if 20 values are entered using this scanf statement. If the question is that the percentage is x4, 4 means what? For our reference it is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 4. But fifth, sixth. In case of the array, whenever I am using this array concept, using this subscript, 4, x4 means 4 plus 1, fifth value. Because it is starting from 0. So it is starting from 0. So in that case, for the array reference, it is the fifth value. But it is represented as x4. Similarly, the last element is like x19. x19 is the 20th value, but it is represented as x19. So n minus, if it is the nth value, 20th value, the last will be x19. So x4 will be what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Means fifth value. Actually, the fifth value is output will be 40. Output will be 40 because x4 means fifth value. So for our reference, it is the fifth value, but for array's reference, it is x4. Because it is starting from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, last 20th value. So 20th value means for our reference it is 20th value, but for array's reference it is maximum will be x19. So x19 is equal to 0. The 0 is the element. So in here, if I want to print all the elements, what will be the statement to print all these elements? What will be the statement? Okay, if you have to print all the here, the sum is printed. Here, but the sum is printed because whatever sum is there, you can just execute the statement for I is equal to 0. Scanf percentage the ampersand xi. Xi means first value 10. Then sum is equal to sum plus xi. Sum is equal to initialize to 0. 0 plus first value 10. 0 plus 10 is equal to sum. There are in the memory location there will be sum in the array book. It will be 0 plus 10. 10. Then what will happen again? It will come to I is equal to I plus 1. I is equal to 0 first. Initially it was 0. Now 0 plus 1. I is equal to 1. So scanf percentage is the ampersand x1. x1 means the second value. Second value is 5. So sum is equal to sum. Previously it was 10. 10 plus 5. Now it is updated to 15. Then again I is equal to I plus 1. 1 plus 1. 2. 2 means third value. 2 means third value. So third value sum is equal to again plus third value. It will be R, and in this way it will be continued. If you have to print all this, whatever values I have entered, I have to print it. What will be the statement? If I have to print all these values, just I can add here before get CS, I can add here what the statement will be like, or because I have to print all these values. In this case, I have to repeat like for I is equal to 0, I is less than equal to 19, I is equal to I plus 1, plus I, then curly bracket starts. PRINT printf percentage D X I. All these values I have entered here using scanf statement. It will be printed using printf statement. Printf percentage D Xi. So this is the variable here. X is an array. I have stored 20 values with a single name, and these values are of same type, because in the array whatever we store the values are of similar type. Like we can say that it's homogeneous data structure, because whatever values are there, either integer or float or double or character, so all similar type of elements are stored using single variable name x with the consecutive memory locations of the computer. So this is another way of representing the data using the array. So this is about the array. Just I can update here. So array is a data structure, or we can say this is, we have discussed about the one-dimensional array, one-dimensional array where similar type of elements like int, just we discussed int 20. This is X is an array of integers, all these elements X 0 to 20, 0 to 19. All the elements are stored in the memory locations, consecutive memory locations X0, X1, maximum is X19. So 20 memory locations are reserved, because you know that integer stores 2 bytes. So how many variables are there? 20 variables. So each having 2 bytes. The size of the array is how many locations will be there? 20 locations there, and each location is storing 2 bytes. What is the capacity of memory? It is reserving 20 into 2 means 40 bytes. It is 40 bytes of memory are being consumed, because here X 20 means what? X 20 means 20 locations are there, and reference is X0, X1, X2, X19. So 20 locations, and we know that the integer stores 2 bytes of memory. Each integer variable stores 2 bytes of memory. Here if it is like X20, it will store in the memory, it will reserve 40 bytes of memory, 40 bytes of memory in memory locations. And because here this is one-dimensional means what? Either it is a row matrix or column matrix. So we arrange the numbers in the row or column. It is material. Maximum this is called the index. 20 means maximum 20 elements are there. It starts from the 0 to maximum 20 minus 1 means 0 to 90, and here this is the name of the array. This is the data type, either because integer or float or double character. So this is about the one-dimensional array. Now let us think about that a situation. We come to two-dimensional array. For example, if you have you have studied about you know about matrix. The matrix arrangement, like say for example, two-dimensional array. For example, there is a class. There are 10 students. There are 10 students. Students are there. 10 students. Say, and each student having 5 subjects. There are 10 students, and each student is giving examination 5 subjects. So what will be the arrangement of data? The arrangement like 10 students, there will be 10 rows. 10 students means, say for example, row 0, row 1, or student row 3 up to maximum row 9. 10 rows of students, or you can write students also. Row 0, 1 student you can write also. You can write also STD 0, STD 1, STD 3, STD 4, so on. Last is STD 9. 10 students are there. And here this is mark 0, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3, and mark 4. How many subjects I told? 5 subjects, means 5 marks will be there. So this is like column structure, and there are 10 students are there. So this type of arrangement, like say for example, student 0 having subject or mark 1, say for example out of 20 he has secured 18 marks, and in the subject 2 he has secured in the internal mark 17 marks. In the subject 3 he has secured 16 marks, and subject 4 15 marks, subject 5 18 marks. So similarly, student 1, student 2, 3. So these are the different marks. So this structure, like 10 students having 5 subjects, if I can say that, the student for our reference it is the first students, but for the other reference it is the 0th student. For 0th student, first student securing mark 2, what is the reference here? If it is, say, first student or first student, in case of the array, it is the 0th student, and these are the marks. So I can say that this location is what? So 0, 0. This is 0, 0. In case of matrix also we have studied. This is 0th row and 0th column. So this is the location is 0th and first column. 0 row, second column. 0th row, third column. 0th row, fourth column. So in this way, there are just what I want to say that there are 2 indexes. If a student, for example, student 4 is securing this mark 5 is a reference to, like this mark 5 is a reference to student 3 and mark 3. So this is the reference to like 0, 1, this is 2, this is 3. So this is your 2 and 2, 3 means this is the row 3, row 3, column 4. But in case of arrow array, this is row -1, column -1. Is it clear or not? Say for example, I want to refer to this cell. I have to refer to this cell. Say this mark 12. 12 is like row 0, 1, 2. So row 2 and column 0, 1. So this is the mark of the row and column 1. Row 2 means, in case of the array, row 2 means third student, column 1 means second mark. This is for example any reference. This is 2 1 means for ourselves. This is the third student and second subject mark. But in case of array, it is not third because it starts one less than the row and one less than the column. So because it is started from the 0th element and minus 1 last 19, so 0 to 19. So similarly, so this will be the last cell will be like this last cell will be what? Row say 9 and 4. Row 9 means 10th row. For our cell or for our reference it is the 10th student. But for the array's reference it is the 9th row. In this way we are representing. So just take an example, it will be quite clear that say for example I want to enter a matrix. Say for example mat 1 is like this 3 by 3 matrix. For example 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I want to input the matrix and print the matrix, for example. See, very simple. So I want to input the matrix and print this. That means I have to enter this matrix is 3 by 3 matrix. Matrix is 3 by 3 row, 3 rows, 3 columns. But while declaring it using array, how will declare? So this is, for example, this is the matrix 3 by 3 matrix. We have to input it and print it. How will do that? Just simply, very simple question. We have to enter a 2-dimensional array or row and column matrix because reference 1 and reference is 1 dimension row and another is column. So how to enter the matrix, 2-dimensional matrix? So what will happen? Just as usual, input std s as input convert.s void main. Then first part is declaring the variables. How to declare the matrix? Say for example int mat1 is a name given to the matrix, and this is a 2-dimensional matrix having 3 by 3, so row 3 and column 3. Is it clear? So mat1 is a variable, or this variable is a special variable we call it an array, and this array is having 2 square brackets. 2 square brackets means 2 values are within the square brackets. So this is the row index and this is the column index. And 1 dimension is, if it is a single value, then it is 1 dimension. If it is another value within the square bracket, then it is a 2 dimension. First it is row index, then it is column index. Then for like 3 rows and 3 columns. So for that I have to use another variable int for row index. I have to use the variable I, and for column index I have to use another variable j, because row starts from 0 to n minus 1, 3 minus 1 2, 0 to 2 is 3. Similarly, this index is the row, this is the column. For row it is, I am declaring variable I, for column it is variable j. Then we can use CLRS here to clear the space for I is equal to, then row index starts from 0, I is less than equal to 2 I is equal to I plus 1 or you can use the curly bracket also, or j is equal to 0, j is less than equal to 2, j equal to j plus 1, scanf percentage d ampersand mat I j. This curly bracket ends, this curly bracket ends. So what will happen? It will input 3 by 3 matrix, because this is the, you can say, nested loop, because for I is equal to 0, j varies from 0, 1 to maximum. So this is the matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I is equal to first this row 0, row 1, row 2, column 0, column 1, column 2. So this is I is equal to 0. When I is equal to 0, j value varies from 0, 1, 2. So this inner, like this, for I is equal to 0, row is equal to 0, first you want to read these three values, column. So this is I is equal to 0, means row is equal to 0, j varies from, this is 0, 0, so 0, 0, then 0, increment 0, 1, 0, 2. So this is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. Then what will happen? Increment value of I is equal to 1. I for I is equal to row is equal to 1. Again it is 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Again it will increase the value of I is equal to 2. Then it will 0, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. In this way it will input the matrix. Say if you want to print here, if you want to write a print statement, print statement. For example, percentage d mat 2, 2. What will be the output? If you write mat 2, 2, for our reference it is row 2, means for our reference it is third row and third column, because 3 by 3. But for this array reference, for ourselves this is third row and third column. And here mat 2, 2 means what? 2, 2 means 2 plus 2, this is 2, 2. So what will be the output? If you have entered this value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, what will be printed? If the question is there, then print a percentage in mat 2, 2, then 9 will be printed. Then 9 will be printed. If you have to print all this, then what you do? You do what? Using for to write for I is equal to 0, I is less than equal to 2, I is equal to I plus 1, for j is equal to 0, j is less than equal to 2, j is equal to j plus 1, print a percentage d mat I j. This is yes. What will happen? To print this row and column, this matrix, we have to again use the same loop structure. For j is equal to 0 to maximum 2, I is equal to 0 to 2, I equal to I plus 1. For j is equal to 0 to j is equal to j plus 1. Here mat I j. Here what we are using ampersand mat I j, because we are entering the value of the row and column. Mat I is the row index, j is the column index. Simply here same Group structure is printed percentage D mat ij. Not here, no ampersand sign is there. So you can print this. This simple. If the question is that you have to enter a matrix and print it simply using, because matrix means it's a two-dimensional row or column. So row for representing row I, for representing column J. And here you are declaring the maximum row is 3, maximum column is 3. So here is what you started, for I is equal to 0 is less than equal to maximum n minus 1 means 3 minus 1 2, I is equal to I plus 1. Again inside that you have to enter the, for j is equal to 0 to less than 2, j is equal to j plus 1, scan a percentage in mat ij, and this is for reading the matrix, this is for printing the matrix. This portion is inputting the matrix or to enter the matrix value of matrix, whatever value I have entered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Accordingly, first it will input the row, then the second row, then the third row and column. So it will print the matrix accordingly, whatever values you have entered. So we will stop here. That just we can recap that whatever we have discussed so far. What is an array? So array is a data structure in C, which is very important data structure, where particularly the similar type of elements are stored in the consecutive memory locations of the memory using a single name and using the subscript. So the here mat1 is a name of the array. It is not a common variable, it is a name, it is an array variable, and here there are two subscripts. One is row and one is column. Maximum, this is called the index maximum, 3 elements are there. Here also in the column there are 3, so 3 by 3 means 9 elements. Total size of the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 elements are there. So the size of the array is 9. 9 consecutive memory locations are reserved for this mat1, and using this row index and column index using I and j. So in this way you can like declare a variable and access. So you are accessing here. Accessing means mat ij. This is using the matrix. In this way you can. In the next class we will discuss the two-dimensional array in detail.